Hello guys, welcome back. So in today's video I have a completely different type of video. We won't be talking about nursing school. This is just me telling you guys my journey with fitness. By the way, in this video I'm also going to be showing photos, and I'm trying to look for videos, but I think I might have a few boomerangs. I don't know. So if you're interested, then keep on watching. So before we get started, I do wanna say a few disclaimers. One, I am not a nutritionist, I am not a trainer, and I don't think I had an eating disorder. So I don't want to offend anybody if you are struggling with food, if you are struggling with your body. This is just my story and how I got to where I am now. So I've always been athletic all my life. I've always played soccer. I played soccer in high school, I played soccer in college, and I was always active. I also, when I was in college, I started go-go dancing, so that was another way of working out. But I never had the best nutrition, especially because when I was 18 I did move out and I was always broke. Honestly, I was always broke because I was paying for my car insurance, bills, and whatnot. I was always broke, so my diet was shit. I would eat like McDonald's dollar menu all the time. Now I don't think I gained weight because I was working out so much. Because I was in soccer, we were literally running like 10 miles every single day, so I never gained weight, but I was never super fit. I feel like if I had a better nutrition, I would have definitely saw a difference with all the exercise that I was doing, but I didn't have the best nutrition, so I was just meh. And although I wasn't super fit, I was very content with my body, and I think a lot of that has to do with social media not being as popular as it is now. I didn't have people to look on social media and compare myself to. I was just happy. I was happy with my body. Like I said, I was a go-go dancer, and I go-go dance not having the best body, and I felt so confident. Now I look back at photos and I'm like, girl, like you could have at least done a few crunches, you know? But honestly, I look back at those photos and sure, I may not look my best, but I can tell you that I was the happiest I've ever been with myself. Like I had no self-esteem problems because I felt comfortable. There was nothing about me that I hated. So when I was done with college, I went from running 10 miles to literally doing nothing. Well, I was still go dancing, so I guess that was my workout, and occasionally I would play soccer tournaments here and there on the weekends, but it was nothing compared to the workouts I was doing. And sorry that I have my phone in my hand. I kind of wrote notes because I didn't want to be all over the place, and I didn't want to like forget things. So but yeah, so I stopped fully working out as my body was used to, but I continued with the same diet that I had, which like I said, it was not the greatest. And after a few years, like 1 or 2 years, that's when I started really noticing a huge difference. So I started gaining a few pounds, and I was still go dancing, and also social media started to get more popular, and I started dancing with different girls that literally had banging ass bodies, and then there was me, and I started feeling more self-conscious. And this was around like 2014, kind of 2014, yeah. And I was around like 23. I was just so self-conscious because everything that I was seeing around me. So in addition to that, I was not in the happiest place when it came with my personal life. My relationship was not the greatest. Like I felt like everything around me was out of my control, and I was in need of feeling like I had control over something. I decided to get a membership at the gym, and I started working out every day. I started doing cardio. I became obsessed. I was a cardio bunny. And not only that, but I started eating all vegetables, all fruits, and zero carbs, to the point that I would go to my mom's house and my mom would be like, oh, like, ¿quieres una torta o quieres taquitos? And I'll be like, oh no mom, can you make me a salad? And she'll be like, what? It was just crazy. I became obsessed with losing weight. And also that time around early 2015s, that's when social media really started becoming this big monster, and I started following fitness pages and I became obsessed. I was like, oh my god, their bodies are insane. Now I know that a lot of the pages that I used to follow, a lot of those girls have surgeries. However, it did inspire me to lose weight and whatnot, but I think I wasn't fully educated on how to have a balanced nutrition or have a balanced gym life. My goal was to lose weight, and I didn't care if I had no booty. I did not care about anything. I was doing cardio like every single day for an hour. I was denying any carbs. I was just doing my thing, and for the first time I felt like I had control about something in my life. At one point I remember going to the gym and I was so excited. My goal was to be 100 pounds, and I went to the gym and I was 99.9 pounds, and I was ecstatic. That was like the happiest day of my life. And now that I think about it, I'm like, oh my god, now I'm 120, so I cannot imagine myself being 20 pounds less. By the way, I'm 5'2", so I look super small, and I'm not shaming anybody that is super small or tiny. I think if you are comfortable, if you are being like healthy with yourself, if you're eating, if you have healthy habits, I think that's great. But personally, I was not letting myself enjoy food. I was killing myself to go to the gym. People will be like, oh, let's do this, and I'll be like, I can't, I have to go to the gym. I became obsessed. When you say no to go to your friend's birthday because you have to go to the gym, you know that there's a problem, and that was the case for me. And so I lost so much weight, and like I said, if you are small, please don't take this in the wrong way, but for me that was too small. At first I felt amazing. I was like, oh my god, you can see my ribs, you can see my hip bones, you can see everything. But then eventually I felt tired all the time. I was not happy. I thought that being skinny was gonna make me happy, when in reality I was still comparing myself with other girls that had booties and they were curvy, and it was just such an unhealthy time of my life. I never starved myself. I always knew that keeping my metabolism going was important, so I never starved myself. And that's why I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I don't consider myself having a eating disorder, because I was still eating. Like, I was eating vegetables like crazy, I was eating salads with chicken, but I wasn't eating enough for what I was working out. I was working out like crazy. Since I wasn't educated in the whole fitness world, I really thought that I had to lose all the weight first to gain muscle, which now I know that it would have been perfect to use all the extra pounds that I had to build muscle. So like I mentioned before, I've always been in the industry, like the club industry. I was a go-go dancer, and then I became a bartender, and then a bottle service. I've always been around really beautiful girls, and I was so tiny that at one point I started comparing myself and thinking, oh my god, I am not curvy enough, I don't have a booty, and just not feeling too well about myself. And so I remember going on Instagram and looking at this beautiful girl. Her name is Katie Hearn. This is her Instagram. And I remember thinking like, oh my god, like how did she get that body? And she will always post before and after photos, and I will be like, how can you gain so much booty? Like, that's insane. So I started just doing a bunch of research, reading, watching YouTube videos. I allowed myself to eat. I started eating a bunch of carbs. I almost gained a little too much weight trying to gain muscle, which it was fine. Honestly, I knew that in order for me to gain the muscle that I wanted, I had to allow myself. It was such an easy transition for me because I knew that I wasn't happy, and I knew that I had to make a change. So then I started eating a bunch of food, working out heavy, and I stopped doing cardio, like fully doing cardio. And this was around 2016. That's also when I met my husband, and he was into fitness as well and lifting weights, and he would always tell me how he was in love with my legs and he was in love with my body. I not only had to fall in love with me, but having someone tell you every single day that they love every single part of your body, I think it was like watering a plant that was broken. He made me love my body and just encouraged me to work out with him and lift weights, and he taught me a lot of what I know now. But also I used a lot of social media to educate myself. So make sure you are careful with what you're searching, because not everything you read online is correct, and you should probably know that by now. I did my research and then I started trying different things. Now, whatever might work for me, it might not work for you, but I started trying everything in the books, and I failed many times, and a lot of the times I felt discouraged, like, why is my booty not growing? Why is this not happening? But eventually I just kept going. Like, even the days that I feel discouraged, I would still go to the gym and I would still lift weights. And eventually, within like a year or so, I saw such a huge difference in my body. I went from being like just small to like gaining so much muscle on my legs. Now I do not, and I repeat, I do not have abs, and I haven't had abs since the time that I was only eating vegetables and fruit, and I do not care to have abs. Abs are not my goal. I want to be healthy. I want to be strong. I definitely grew my booty, and I don't have like Kim Kardashian's booty, but I have a booty that I'm happy with. I just want to say that a lot of the times we get so influenced by what we see online, and trust me when I tell you that a lot of the times what you see online is either fake or Photoshop. Only believe videos or if you actually see it in person, and even then it could be fake. So just do what works for you. Educate yourself. For me, when I started lifting weights, I remember I used to hate squatting like the bar, and I think because I have really bad knees from playing soccer, and that was my worst nightmare. At one point I almost didn't want to do legs because I knew I had to squat. So guess what? I got rid of that. I do not squat. I don't think the squatting builds your legs or your butt. Now, do I think that it does add? Absolutely, yes, it does add to the workout, but I don't think that's the only way to gain a booty or muscle. I stick to what I enjoy. I stick to what I like. I added cardio back into my life. Now that I'm in nursing school, I go to the gym, like I try to at least go to the gym 3 times a week, but I try to make it at least 5. I do cardio whenever I want to. There's times that I need to just get in the treadmill and run, and that just helps my mind. And there's times that I really feel like lifting heavy, and I just do what I want. I don't have a crazy routine with my nutrition. I eat whatever I want. I'm in such a better place. I have a great relationship with food. I have a great relationship with the gym. I am in love with the gym. I go because it helps me as a person, and not because I'm trying to lose weight or I'm trying to do anything. I just go because I enjoy it. If you're starting the journey of losing weight or gaining weight, whatever it is your journey is, make sure you educate yourself, make sure you have a purpose behind it, and make sure you're happy. If you're gonna take anything from this video, make sure that you are happy, because it doesn't matter what size you are, it doesn't matter how much muscle you have or how many abs you have. If you are not happy, it does not matter. It does not matter. And do not compare yourself to others. Even though I know it's hard, it's really hard, but just know that that person that you're like obsessed with online, they are not fully happy sometimes, or they might be comparing themselves to other girls. So take care of yourself. But yeah guys, that's all I have for this video. I hope I didn't miss anything, but if you have any questions, please let me know. All right guys, I hope you really enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Mwah!